is eating him. Look. So the main character, the protagonist of the story, I think, is gone. We even gave him a name, didn't we? Yeah, we called him Lucky. Like the Britney Spears song. Well, Lucky is not Lucky, apparently. Lucky is dragon food. What is 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 Grocknation? Welcome back this evening, guys, to the arcade for a show and tell. I hope you guys have been doing great. I haven't seen you guys in about a month almost. I actually thought about putting this video out a week ago, but I was recovering from a 10-day long cold, unfortunately. It really kicked my ass. I still have cough drops and mugs from my Neo Citron sitting right beside me, so I should probably clean my computer desk. But tonight, guys, I have a very special video. I'm actually going to be showing off probably my most prized possessions from my former life, some of which anyway. Those of you that know my story in this channel know that I left home at 17 and I never went back. My parents are both gone now. I left home because my mother had passed, first off. But when I went back in 2012 to this hometown, I rummaged through the house, the abandoned home we lived in, and I managed to get some photo albums and whatnot, which are literally my most prized possessions I own because they're all we have, or I have, that exist. Because the rest of them were taken from a shitty uncle and his house burned down with them. So those two photo albums I have is literally all I have in terms of memories from that former life. So in 2021, I went back home to visit a sick aunt, and that home had been torn down. My old home had been torn down in the meantime. And she went into the back room when I was visiting her. She pulled out this steel container, and she said, I salvaged some of this from that house before they tore it down, thinking one day you might want it. And they were just odd little things from my childhood, stories and such. And I thought that was so sweet of her to do. I don't know how I missed it when I rummaged through it like 10 years prior. But regardless, super grateful she saved them. And that's what I'm going to be showing you guys tonight. These are going to be like old stories I wrote as a child, old cards, things like that. It's going to be really interesting. I think you guys will really enjoy, get a kick out of it. Again, very personal to me, so I hope you guys enjoy this. And again, if you like the video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing. My channel has really stagnated lately. I want to say in the last maybe 4 months. I don't know what it is. It's disheartening. It almost makes me want to stop making content almost. Even though I have a lot of ideas and a lot of, enthusiasm to keep doing it, it's really starting to get stagnated, and it's really starting to get to me. And truth be told, obviously I was sick for 10 days, but the rest of the time I took off was more so going, do I want to bother making more of these videos? Even though I have about 10 of them lined up in my head I want to make for you guys. But regardless, we're getting off topic. Let's get to this show and tell and have some laughs and hopefully some Z's as you guys fall asleep. Let's get to it. Okay, guys, I somewhat put this in order. I don't know the years, but I put the best stuff at the end because there's three stories I wrote, I believe, in the year 94, 95. It would probably be 95 because I think it was Windows 95, but we're going to go through everything here in this little pile. I have a little bit more, but they don't make much sense because it's like the mind of a child, but let's get started with this. This is my early childhood memories. I gotta kind of get the glare out of there for you guys. So let's do that. You know what? Let's get these rings off. They are kind of loud when I'm holding it on the ground like like this, or on the table like this for you guys. So, my early childhood memories. It's like all laminated and stuff. Okay, so St. Andrews Elementary School, 1990 to 1991. Jeez, what do I think I would have been in, I would have been 4. This is kindergarten. This is not my writing. Mrs. Buxton, this is my kindergarten teacher. She was a sweetheart. Funny story, I seen her years later at a bingo hall, working at a bingo hall, because being a teacher doesn't pay very much, and she was doing it as a side job. I want to say I was like 13, 14 when I seen her. It was pretty nice to see her there. My mom actually is the one that recognized her. Okay, so I guess we'll read what she wrote here. I'm not sure where this is going to go, but it says, to all my dear little friends, Mrs. Buxton, when she wrote this, probably would have been 25, 24, like early 20s. She was a kid herself. To all my dear little friends, thank you for just being you. I am thankful for the time we shared together. I hope all your dreams for the future come true for each of you. Take care, enjoy school, and God bless. Love, Mrs. Buxton. She probably wrote the same damn thing for all of us kids in that class. I remember a lot of my kindergarten class. I remember a lot of my elementary school classmates for the most part. My dear girls and boys, we've reached the end of the year, end of the school year, and I hope you will have as many nice memories of your year together as I have. I wish you every success in the school years ahead. Always do the best that you can, and remember to look for the good in life. Love, Mrs. Geisner. I completely forgot about her. She was an older lady. She was the teacher's aide to Mrs. Buxton. Mrs. Geisner, I completely forgot about her. So, Mrs. Buxton, these are the questions that the children were asked. What is your favorite part of school? What is your favorite center and why? What was your favorite school activity? Who's your best friend at school? And what do you want to be when you grow up, and why? I don't think I've ever seen this thing, guys. This is kind of interesting. So my memory of kindergarten is all the fun activities they had. We had a wheel you would spin, almost like a game, and you got to, that activity you had to do that day. There was like a playhouse, you could play house. There was a sandbox in the back. There was an aquarium in the back, or like, not an aquarium, but a big plastic tub. And I always remember the smell of that water in that tub, because they had boats and everything you can play with. Things like that. And there was always like a wild card where you could pick whatever you wanted. That's my memory of kindergarten. As well, it was one of my first tastes of ASMR. Mrs. Buxton would read to us in the afternoon. I think we only went to school in the afternoons. We didn't go to school in the mornings, or we went to school from the morning to the afternoon. We were off in the afternoons, whatever it was. She would read to us at the end of class, and we would all fall asleep on a carpet. And I remember one of the funny things I remember about this is Mrs. Buxton used to always wear polka dot dresses. It was the style of like the late 80s, which I guess 90, 91. And I remember she was wearing whatever, a polka dot dress, and I guess she was wearing polka dot underwear too. And I'm a little kid, but I remember her pointing and saying polka dots, and she pulled her dress over real quick. And I'm a little kid, I don't know what the big deal is, but she was laughing. I'll never forget that. That was Mrs. Buxton. And Mrs. Geisner, I forgot all about her. But let's see what this is. Oh jeez, I guess I drew this. That's not bad for a 4-year-old, look at that. That's a pretty good face and smile. Little stick man. 1 centers, 2 the painting and the sand blocks. Oh, okay, here we go. The questions. 1, what is your favorite part of school? Apparently I said centers. I don't understand what that means. What is your favorite center? Why? Oh, the centers, guys, is the activities, right? Like I told you, we had all those activities. Number 2, the painting and the sand and the blocks. Because I play all the time, I like to paint everything in the blocks. I like to build big buildings. In the sand, I like to play with, and in water. I told you guys the water. That's so crazy. Okay, question number 3 was, what was your favorite school activity? Working on the kites, the field trips. I like to go and see things my eyes have never seen before. That's funny because I'm still like that now. This is why we travel. Me and my wife travel the world. 4, who was your best friend at school? Benjamin, I would have thought Amber, the little redhead girl, because my parents are really good friends with her parents. Ben was a really sweethearted guy too, though. Really soft-spoken. I think that's probably why I was friends with him. My early elementary school years, my later elementary school years, I was friends with mostly Carrie and Andrew. But number 5 was, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said a policeman so I can arrest bad guys. Randall Smiley. It's not my last name anymore, but Luke Bothello. These are his answers, I guess, and he wrote that. Oh, so she printed out their pictures they drew. Justin Koga. I don't remember this guy at all. Stephanie Season. Okay, Stephanie went to school with me till about grade 5, I believe. Amber. There's Amber right there. I just mentioned her. It's insane. I remember this kind of stuff. You gotta remember, guys, when I went to school in kindergarten, I went to school a year earlier than everybody else. All my classmates were 5. I was 4. Yeah, it was a mistake for me to go to school as early as I did. This is David Delwu. I'm not sure who that is. That's kind of a nice picture David drew. Kristen Gambler, she was a brunette. She wasn't there very long at that school. And Gariano, she was a sweetheart as well. I went to school with her for, I think, grade 5, grade 6, just a whole bunch of them. No one really ever stays at these schools. Edward Gonzalez, he was a Philippine kid. He was so nice. His mom, I always remember his mom worked at McDonald's, so Edward would get McDonald's for lunch sometimes. We all thought he was like the coolest kid in class because he got McDonald's so often. And everyone else, myself included, being poor, we didn't have any McDonald's. We couldn't afford it, sorry. I had like peanut butter sandwiches and an apple or something. Angelina Jonas, oh geez, she left and then she came back. She came back to, I'm just looking at everyone's favorite friends here, so I remember, I know Darren. She came back in like grade 6. She was actually my last friend before I moved. Oh, that's the raw picture, okay. She wants to be a deep swimmer because she likes to swim. That's kind of an odd. This is Amber, little redhead. One of the photos I actually have of my first communion, me and Amber are in there. My cousin Jason has that picture, I believe. Stephanie's her friend. Johnamy, Melanie Mendoza. I don't remember Melanie. Charlene Mose. Don't know Charlene, I think. Was this the twins? If there's another Mose in here, there's a set of twins. Albanian twins I went to school with. Crystal Mose, yeah, okay, so I went to school with these girls. Yeah, they put each other as their best friend. They were twins, identical twins. And I would go to their birthday parties. They would come to mine. It's one of the reasons why this school was a Catholic school, so there was a lot of Eastern European immigrants that were at this school. Very few Native Canadians that were here, like native-born Canadians. And I want to say this is why, in my high school years, I was always close to Eastern European kids. When I moved to the town I'm in now, I made friends right away with Eastern European kids. My Ukrainian friend Uliana and Keltrina were both. One was Ukrainian, one was Albanian, so. And I was used to Albanians and their accents and everything from these two girls. Johnny Nabis. This sounds like Nabis is a Native American name. I wonder if Johnny was Native American. There wasn't very many Native Americans at that school. Janaimi, that's her. Okay, guys. That's what this name is. I keep going Johnmi. No, Janaimi. She was a Philippine girl. A super, super sweetheart. Somebody I was very friendly with right until I left. She was so nice. Darren Polethinkle. He was from India. And a great big kid. Like, I'm 6'3", 240. I guarantee you Darren's probably 6'5", 6'6". Today. I bet you that's who that is. Or I bet you that's how big he is now. Shane Peterson. I don't remember him, but that's Andrew. I bet you that's Andrew Watson. Ashley Swine, Janaimi again. Janaimi's been on her like 5 times. Like I said, she was super nice. Everyone loved her. This was the girl I just told you guys about. I used to have a crush on Ashley. She was only here till grade 2, I think, and then she left. There's Andrew Watson. I've actually debated adding Andrew Watson on Facebook. I see him all the time. It would be so weird because I knew Andrew and his mom. His mom and my mom were good friends, and I knew Andrew right from kindergarten till grade 7 when I moved. And there's Benjamin. Funny story about Benjamin. I remember I was sitting behind him in class, and he vomited. He had like a sore stomach that day, and he vomited, and he had to go home. I thought it was so cool. I got to tell a story about how he puked, and everyone wanted to hear the story. Oh, there was something else with Darren over here. What's with the X's with this guy? Shane. So Darren, like I said, Indian family. And he was super nice, soft-spoken guy, great big guy. He would never fight. He would cry if he got into a physical confrontation or someone was like being mean to him. Even though he could he was twice the size of everyone in class. But he was a straight A student, and I remember, even look at the way he spelled his name. Mind you, he's 5 years old. I'm the only one in this class. I was the baby of my class until I think it was grade 3, grade 4. They actually told my mother it's probably best if you put him, or you let him stay back and do grade 4 again. So he's with people his own age, because I was significantly younger than this entire class. It didn't matter because I got put back with them when I was in grade 6, grade 7 anyway. They put me back with them, but I remember he got in trouble once because a bunch of us got in trouble during recess, and he was weeping in detention. And for me, it was just regular detention. I didn't care. I was so used to it. It didn't affect me, but he was so devastated. He was sure he was going to get in so much trouble. I remember he was crying, and I was comforting him. I think we would have been in grade 3 then. But that's it. I'm kind of bummed out. No one put me as their best mate. Janaimi, I think, was the biggest. I'm seeing Benjamin quite a bit. Andrew. Obviously, these girls, the twins are going to be each other's best friends. Charlene, because my mom told me to. A teacher. I've never seen this before. In fact, I didn't even remember any of these kids' last names. So, Kristen Gambler, David Dalwo, Stephanie Seskin, Justin Cockle, Luke Bothello, and then mine. Okay. Well, that was kind of fun. Is there anything in the bag? No. Okay, so that's that. My early childhood memories. That was a very interesting read. Okay, up next, what do we got? I've seen this guy. I don't even think I've ever opened him. Okay, I'm going to try to read this for you guys. It's a drawing of a dragon, it looks like. It says Lucky meets a dragon, like meet spelled M-E-A-T-S, I think. Some things you have to teach a dragon. this was. There's blood on his paws. You guys see that? His claws. I was fucking obsessed with blood in elementary school. And his claws too, and his talons, sorry. So they thought I was fucked up because I love blood so much. Oh, look at this. One day, Lucky Boy found an egg that was blue and red dots. I'll read it as I wrote it, guys. I'm not going to try to correct it. It was as big as a football. It started to, I think that says hatch, but it says hatch or something. There it is, and this guy's saying, oh. Oh, it's eating him. Look. So the main character, the protagonist of the story, I think is gone. We even gave him a name, didn't we? Yeah, we called him Lucky. Like the Britney Spears song. Well, Lucky is not Lucky, apparently. Lucky is dragon food. Oh, Jesus, look at that. Newsflash in Northgate Park. They found Mr. Lucky's body laying in the park, having behind me blue footprints. Can it be Bigfoot? I guess that's the dragon's footprints right there. And I think Lucky's bitten in half right there. Oh, it says news, 6 o'clock. So it's like a TV. It's supposed to be like a television broadcast. Hollywood. So it's like Godzilla going through Hollywood. This guy's saying he's running, a little guy with little stick man. You guys can see that. He's going, and this Lucky's going through Hollywood here. Beating for Hollywood. I think it says heading, but it looks like it's a B instead of an H. Oh, it's a helicopter with guns. Stop the dragon. Air Force of the Army tried to stop the dragon from the battery. If that dragon flames it with, it will exposed. I don't know what that means. I can't read that. He was heading to a man named Lucky. Lucky screamed at first. Oh, Lucky is screaming. I think this is Lucky's window. Didn't he eat Lucky already? Then he got happy and heard the army out there. I guess Lucky got happy, I think, guys, because the army was outside, like they're gonna save him, I think. That's a couch, I think. Yeah, that's his picture window. Oh no, said Lucky. Almost says homicide, I thought. I was gonna be like, what did, like, 8-year-old me know about the world back then? Oh no, said Lucky. The army is out there, and the dragon threw Lucky on his back and ran. Oh yeah, Lucky's on his back, look. Didn't he eat Lucky, guys? Is this like a Tarantino thing, guys? Where we actually seen the ending after the hatching, and this is all that's happening before. Lucky climbed up the dragon's ear and hanged on tight. The dragon was chased, I think, eased by the tank. There's a tank and a helicopter shooting at it. What is this down here that I try to draw a penis? What is that? You guys see that? It's like going inside him. Lucky was shot. He screamed and he fell on a building. Yeah, look, Lucky fell. I guess the lines are showing he fell back. So they shot Lucky, these guys. I don't know what they were thinking. This army's incompetent. The dragon was mad. Look at him. That's actually not a bad picture. Again, I don't know what year this is, though, so. It stomped on the battery, and it was over. The battery. The dragon survived it, and it headed to Alberta. I'm from Edmonton. This was filmed. Or this school is in Edmonton. The end. Okay, I think that's the end. Okay, well, that is Lucky meets with an MEAT as a dragon. Some things you have to teach a dragon have as an HALF, not have as an HAVE. I'm trying not to smudge any of this. Okay, so that's Lucky Meets a Dragon by, I want to guess. Oh, I wish they put years on this. I guess it would be kind of silly, but I want to guess maybe grade 4, grade 5. I don't know. Interesting story, though. This is Doodab. Doodab. What is this? Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Dad. Happy Father's Day, Dad, to Dad. Name Randall. What is this? Why is this guy on fire? Yes. And yes. Like, why is he on fire? I don't understand. Oh, I get it. It's a tie, you guys. Like, it's a tie. Like a tie for work. There's the top, and there's the stripes, I think, I tried to draw. Okay. My name book. Oh my god, this must be kindergarten too. My name is, that's how I tried to spell it. That's the teacher wrote that, obviously. My mother's name is Josephine Smiley. My father's name is Bob Smiley. My brother's name is Jack. Here's what's funny, guys. I don't have a brother. I don't know what this is. Why they put my sister's name is Deanna. I think they just made up names, or I made up a name at the time. I don't have a brother or sister I lived with at the time. Jack is my best friend today. My friend there, Marcus, Jackass, we all call him, or Jack. I just call him Jack. I've been calling him that for like 18 years now. That's so funny that I would put this back when I was in kindergarten. My pets' names are Happy the Husky Dog, Leoie. My best friend's names are Dio Donnie. I don't know who that is. Dio Donnie. Yeah, this is kindergarten. Happy the Husky Dog wasn't an actual dog, by the way. He was a stuffed animal, a white husky stuffed animal. The name of my school is St. Andrew. The name of my teacher is Mrs. Reber. This is grade 1. Mrs. Reber was my grade 1 teacher. The name of my favorite TV show is Ninja Turtles 2. That was the movie, but Ninja Turtles was obviously my favorite TV show at the time. My favorite superhero is, we never did finish that. That's unfortunate. So Mrs. Reber was my grade 1 teacher. What I remember about Mrs. Reber, my big memory with her is, I remember I got up really fast for the first time in my life at the time. I jumped up out of my desk really fast for like recess or something. And I got lightheaded. I got a rush of blood to the head for the first time, and I got really dizzy. And I remember telling her I didn't feel good, and I was collapsing, and she held me until I felt better as I was crying. She was a very sweet woman, and I seen her again when I was in grade 4. She came back to the school to visit. She left after the year after she got pregnant, and then she never came back. Okay, this here. My February diary. Randy, I wonder what year this is. Cupids, I guess. Oh, jeez, this has to be like grade 1. I can't even read that. Tedry, or Tedry. Oh, today is February 4th, 1992. I'm in grade 2 here, guys. Or grade 1, because it was 1990 to 1991. I was in kindergarten. 1991 to 1992. Yeah, this would be grade 1. Because school in Canada, guys, is September to June. So this school year would have started in September. This would have been the second half of that school year. So this is grade 1. This is Mrs. Reber again. Today's February 4th or 7th, 1992. I guess these are guys shooting arrows, like arrow hearts. My FD varieties spit like it because I can't read that. Today is February 20th, 1992. Barack. I don't know what that is. Bannock is a Native American bread that we make. It's very delicious, very, very hearty. That almost looks like it says Bannock, but I don't know what that says. No idea what that says. A TUP day. I think that someone's sleeping on a bed. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know what that is. Randall, my favorite Neeple is I don't know what that says. It looks like two people like fighting or something. My favorite, yeah, I can't read that. Okay, February 10th. We're going back and forth. This is the 20th. This was the 7th. You know something? Okay, so just for the shit of it, let's take this back to 1992. We're going the wrong way. 1992. The date so far we only know is the 7th. Let's see. February 7th was a Friday. So we know that's a Friday. Makes no sense because that would be way down on a Thursday. The 10th makes more sense because the 10th would have been the Monday. So, yeah, the 10th, 7th and 10th, February 1992. Okay. Hopefully I didn't have like 1,000 double chins from that view of the reflection of my cell phone. So February 10th, 1992. My heart travel at the windows. I'm trying to make this out. My favorite nursery rhyme. Okay, I don't know what that. There's no answer to it. She gave me a check mark and a sticker though. What is this? Someone swimming. Today is February 11th again, which is that Tuesday as we know. Turtles is all bar. Is all bar. My favorite, Ted Samal. I don't know what any of this is. There's something like red there. Turtles, I'm thinking Ninja Turtles. My Radma Sparapraba. It's like myself with like hearts around it. This is pastel. I can tell you it's not crayon. I guess I was in love or something. Today is February 26th, 1992. That was quite the jump, wasn't it? That was like 10 days. Past my birthday, actually. My favorite here is pickle. My favorite bear is pickle. What? My favorite bear, I think it is. I just put the B-E-A-R there. I don't know what this picture is. This looks like it's blood. And this looks like a big fat person, maybe. There's legs. One arm sticking out, an arm here. And then, I don't know what this is. It looks like potentially a chef. Today is February 20th. We're going back in time. We're Tarantinoing here, guys. We're jumping. We're time jumping. 1992. What at doing today? What I didn't do. What I don't do weekend. What I do on weekend. What I did on weekend. Okay. You know, I can almost make this out. This is a TV, and I'm laying down watching a TV. Around this time, guys, this is so fucked up that I can see this. I used to have a Ninja Turtle, a Michelangelo Ninja Turtle little chair I would use as a cushion, and I would lay in front of the TV and watch my cartoons. That's exactly what this is. Today is February 29th. There's no February 29th in February, I'm pretty sure. No. I think February is the shortest month. It's like the 27th, 26th, I think, and then it's done. Tomorrow, each having, and there's nothing. Today's February 21st, 1992. Two hearts. This weekend would like to West Edmonton. Oh, we're going to West. Yes. The 21st was the day before my birthday, and the 22nd we did go to West Edmonton Mall, 1992. Oh my god, I have to look this up right now. I believe we watched Aladdin then. Let me just get the date when Aladdin was in theaters. Aladdin, 1992. Yes, so this is so weird. Again, my elephant memory does come in handy once in a while. We went to West Edmonton Mall, my 22nd birthday. Myself, my cousin Joey, my cousin Chantel, and we all watched, after spending a day in Galaxyland, or Fantasyland as it was called back then before there was a Disney copyright thing, and we watched Aladdin. One of my fondest memories, I actually have it in my West Edmonton Mall walkthrough video. I talk about that day. And that's it. Man, I ate some, we ordered some pizza at work today because it was our last shift, and they ordered pizza for all of us. I had a couple slices and I'm still burping it up, man. I'm so... Today's February 27th, 1992. Hey, I think one bear is saying to a guy with a hat with a... I don't know, I guess they're all people with just ears sticking out. Head, friends, pho, picnic, blanket, bears, food with. It sounds like head, friends, fuck, pigeon, blanket, beers, food with beers. Okay. That's funny that I got that out of that was the weekend we went to see Aladdin. That is so fucking funny. Put my phone back on the computer desk. I got this table separated from the computer desk because the mic boom is attached to the computer desk. So when I do this, if I do this on the same container or on the same surface as the mic boom's hooked up, you guys will get echo. Like right now I'm putting my keys down. You guys might hear that. But let's move on. What is this? It's a book of some kind. Spring Break. I don't even know if you guys can see that. It's so, like, light. I went to Space Science Center and then I went to the museum. And it's like me riding something. Space Science Center is was actually pretty close to my school growing up. It's still there to this day in the center of, in the Westmont area of Edmonton. It's a science center. You can go in, like, it's mostly for kids, like, learn stuff. There's a Ninja Turtle. It's got 2 sides, so that's Raphael. Oh no, 2 swords, and it's got the L, it's Leonardo, and he's got the blue mask, I guess, but I made the whole head blue. I think I can. We will, I miss you. I think I can hike Ferda yours. I think I can ride my bike. Is that what I've been trying to say here? My god. That's a draft sticker, by the way. I don't know what that says. It's sideways, whatever it is. Mud puddle jump. I think that says mud puddle jump. Jumped. On my bike, I guess. This guy looks like he's got a sword and he's fighting like something. It looks like he's fighting the bad guy from John Carpenter's The Thing, the final boss. Again, a sticker or a stamp. There's Ninja Turtle again. One cloudy, cool Thursday morning, I was reaping, pulling at Amber. Something with Amber, anyway. I don't know what that means. I got a stamp regardless. I like to visit the Uncle Michael, it says. I like you. That's the back of a Ninja Turtle. That's Donatello. I can see the staff. Yeah, right here, Donatello. Pointing to him. That got a stamp. Leotard the Heingentung. I'm not sure what that is. It's like a head with a body, 2 legs, and it's got pecs. I don't know what that's supposed to be. He's blowing some like air or something. Pretty sure that's not breasts, guys. That's square, so I think it's pecs. I don't think I was drawing tits at that age. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, this is falling apart. I gotta be careful here. That's Ninja Turtle again. L, it's Raphael. It's Leonardo. He's got the 2 swords sheathed. Someone's shooting him, it looks like. Down here, there's some more. There's M, that's Michelangelo. You guys can see that. He's got the M and the 2 nunchucks. Everyone's favorite turtle, Michelangelo. Man, I was obsessed with the turtles, wasn't I? I wish the would bring me. I'm not sure what that is. More ninja. Oh, that's okay. These are ninja foot soldiers. I can see the bandanas on. They're all black. This is a Ninja Turtle tied up to a chair. Let's try to look at this together. That's a Ninja Turtle tied up to a chair. And that right there is Krang. And I can't remember what the robot is. Krang's a little brain that sits inside a big robot. A big bald robot guy with like glasses. Looks pretty freaky. That's what that is. I think that's it. Okay, I gotta be careful with this because this is falling apart. I don't know what that is. Okay, so we got my Windows 95 stories. I believe this is Windows 95, maybe not even. This might actually be 94. But I do know this one is super, super dark. We'll do this one last. Won't see much because the printer was crappy, but we'll be able to read it at least. This is the string. I think it's about a tornado. And then this was the one my wife absolutely loves. It's called Forever Night. So this was made on a computer, an old Mac. It was like a program. Basically, it's like slides. A little primitive art program. And we would write out attach them to these, and there's like a little bug there. Attach them to these, and we would add pictures and stuff. So this was called Forever Night. My wife and my mother-in-law were reading this when I brought this home. I haven't even read this. I just laughed, and they were like, this is so good. I do remember, guys, I'm not going to toot my own horn, with these three, that those teachers, I remember Mr. Esch and, what was the other female teacher's name? Mrs. Green. I remember they would get together and they would read these. They would read this particular one, I remember. They'd read it together to themselves and they'd be laughing. They'd be laughing, going, this is really, really good, Randy. But let's take a look. Die, you traitor, you disgusting fraud. Frode, it says, though. It's spelled Frode. You disgusting Frode. And there's like a Viking fighting a swordsman in a field. And it ended in death. I don't know if you guys can see that. He cut the Viking's throat. Like I said, I was obsessed with blood. They thought I was fucked up. They actually thought I was fucked up because I always drew blood around. Like my grade 5, grade 6, grade 7, everything always had like bloody art. And they thought I was fucked up. It was so funny because I used to like fucking with them. I was like a troll back then with them. Get them all worked up for nothing. Thump, thump, thump. What? And it's my victorious, like, night. I guess walking in a field with a mountain in the back. Thump, thump, thump. What is this? What's happening? What the hell? It's like a big lumberjack, man. You're dead. How dare you come on my land? Look at that. Wait. So I'm trying to think, you guys see this? Wait, I come to help you, Henry. What? Two little people. Ha 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 ha. Now who are you, little man? I am Jack. What is your name, you grueling giant? Okay, Jack. So Jack, my buddy Jackass again is name dropped. We're really like Mandela affecting this. I bet you his name wasn't Jack before. So this guy's a giant, okay. There's no words here. Oh, a dagger's thrown in his throat. Do you guys see that? There's a dagger in his throat. There's like blood there. And it looks like she shot an arrow as well. Oh my god, he exploded. The giant exploded. And there's like a portal opening here, it looks like, or a magic mirror. I'm not sure what that is. Now they exploded. I think, right? What's going on here, guys? I'm intrigued. I think they teleported to a beach, it looks like. Back, you red-headed giant. I guess this guy was red-headed. What is this? Can you make that out? Oh, it's a bridge. They're walking in a jungle across a bridge. I thought his friend was an archer. And it's a female, yeah. Suddenly, out of nowhere, guards appeared. Do not move. Drop it, fools. They got arrows, and it's that Viking guy again he just killed. He's back, I guess. Okay, suddenly we're in a king's courtyard. What are you fools doing in my country? It's hard to explain, my lord. Will you work for me? Of course, my lord. So they're easily swayed. They didn't barter, they didn't ask for money, or try to like charge more for their services. As far as we know, they're not going to work for any services, or they're going to work for free, rather. Are we ready for a war? So there's a bunch of them. You see that? There's a bunch of them there. This guy looks like Robin Hood. Actually, I think he's supposed to be Robin Hood. There's a couple of these girls. I got it. He recruited a couple of the Vikings, that the one he killed and then the one that tried to attack him. I guess he recruited them. Henry was his name, I think. Or Jack. No, it was Jack. Henry was the giant. Oh, Jesus, there's a battle. Look at this big battlefield going on. Look at the battle. Oh, there's blood on the guy's back. Yeah, they're fighting. What is this back here? It looks like a werewolf or something. But there's two guys back here battling as well. What a shame, I must say, that this isn't in color. You do know why we are in Death Forest, somebody said. So this army is in Death Forest, apparently. I gotta take this ring off. It's kind of smacking on the ground when I lift the page up for you guys' pages. That's a dragon. A dragon's flying in on them. You guys can see that. That's the main character, I think. That's always the main character. Where's the archer girl that helped him kill Henry the Giant? So it killed a couple of them. There's blood there. And it looks like it's been wounded or it's ready to be mounted. I'm not sure what that is. Just Jack and his female companion survived, it looks like. Oh, it's happening again. The magic mirror in the portal. That kind of looks like the Vegas Golden Knights logo, doesn't it? What are you doing here? It's hard to explain. And what are you doing in black? Oh, there's the portal up there in the mountains. So they came out of there again. Jack and this girl. Apparently there's some forest battle going on. And again, he cut this guy's throat and his face is slashed. So they're fighting in some jungle now. There's a dead body here too, I just seen. He appears. It's a wizard, I think. Is that a wizard, guys? I think it's a wizard. They lit there in the Louvre too, don't they? No. Apparently he killed his girlfriend. Look, guys, was that a girl this whole time, or is it just a long hair? No, it's a girl for sure. No! The wizard killed Jack's friend, his girl. I don't think they were romantically involved. I just think they were friends. I probably base this off my friend Carrie and me. Or my friend Angelina and me. It would have been at this time. Oh, she decomposed really fast, didn't she? Maybe this wizard had some kind of power that made her decompose as quickly as he did. But look, he threw the knife in the wizard's chest and there's blood coming out. That's Jack's go-to move, throwing the knife into people, right? And he still always has a backup knife. You traitor. Apparently it's the king. He went back to fight the king. The king tried, I guess. But wasn't the king in the other dimension when he teleported? That doesn't make sense how he got back here. Did he teleport again to come back and fight this king? But where's the king's crown or throne that was here? Oh, they're both badly, wounded. They both have blood on their swords. Look at that. This is a bloody battle. There's the throne. Okay, apparently he decapitated the king. Can you guys see that? How did I do that? I must have made two of them and I erased the body of the second one and erased the head of the first one. This was all red, I remember. On the computer it had color, and he dropped his sword when he cut his head off. Henry was the new king. Okay, apparently Jack's the giant. All this time we were calling him Jack. No, Jack was the giant. Henry is the guy. There's all the money, and there's the decomposed body of the king. At the end, and it's a bloody sword. Oh, okay. Well, that was very intriguing. That was Forever Night. And this would have been written, like I said, in 94, 95. So we're going to put that to the side. I would have been 8 or 9 when I wrote that. Up next is called The String. is probably derived from the Spanish tronada, thunderstorm. Tornadoes are also popularly called twisters or cyclones and are characterized by rapid rotating columns of air hanging from columnless clouds. They are generally observed as tube or funnel-shaped clouds. At ground level, they usually leave a path of destruction only about 50 meters wide and travel at an average of only about 8 to 24 kilometers, 5 to 15 miles. Ground contact is often of an intermittent nature, lasting usually less than a couple minutes in any particular area because the funnel skips along. I love tornadoes though, guys. I actually went chasing one this summer in Winnipeg. Oh, it's got the F scales. This whole thing is changed now. There's no Fs. It's actually EF. That's the scale is EF0, EF1, EF2, EF3, EF4, EF5. Ever since they redid it's called the Vegeta scale, by the way. That's where the F is from. Ever since they've gone to EF scale, there hasn't been an F5, even though based on the old F5s, there should have been F5s by now, but it goes by damage now and not by wind speed. Oh, it's destroying the guy's barn. This must have been after Twister, and Twister was 96. So these might have been 96 stories. Because this was obviously in a computer class, these stories, so maybe I was 10 when this happened. Because I loved Twister. We went and watched it live. Tornadoes generally exhibit a certain characteristic cycle of behavior between formation and final disappearance. The first sign of a tornado may be a strong whirlwind of dust from the ground surface, often in conjunction with the appearance of a short funnel growing from the storm cloud above it. The funnel then becomes more organized and descends further from the clouds, sometimes touching the ground. The winds forming the funnel generally move counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere and clockwise in the southern hemisphere, but exceptions are observed. The funnel as a whole commonly moves forward slowly, but can travel at speeds greater than 30 miles, 100 feet per second. The tornado eventually becomes fragmented and dissipates. It's a winter in the background, but there's a tornado on the television. I don't know if you guys can see that. The tornado proper is inside the tornado cyclone, an area of low pressure about 8 to 24 kilometers in diameter that wind speeds approximately 240 kilometers or less. The tornado center is an area exceedingly low pressure. The extreme pressure gradient causes buildings to explode. As the tornadoes are, I guess that was it. This is something else. It's a golf course, I can see. Tornadoes are the result of great instability in the atmosphere and are often associated with severe thunderstorms. I wonder if this is before all the knowledge of supercells and mesocyclones and all that stuff. I'm kind of a tornado nerd. Because this would have been way back when Twister was released. The full details of the formation of tornadoes are not known. The existence of a strong updraft, such as the generated by a severe thunderstorm, and the conversion of angular rotation momentum, however, are fundamental considerations. The falling of rain or hail probably drags air in aloft, and the result in rush of air tightens the rotational motion. There it is. This looks like Banff, the road up to Banff. Tornado effect is felt if they are not significantly ventilated. For rapid adjustment to the change in pressure, wind speeds of approximately 800 kilometers have been inferred from the resulting damage. In the United States, tornadoes are most often associated with conditions in advance of cold fronts, and weather forecasts include tornado alerts when these conditions arise. Tornadoes can occur, however, ahead of warm fronts and even behind cold fronts. Tornadoes also occur frequently in association with hurricanes. A tornado that begins on land and crosses water may be called a waterspout. The term, however, is applied more commonly to a less intense form of tornado activity that originates over the body of water. It's not necessarily associated with storm activity. The water in the spout comes from condensation, not from the water below. It's back in the field. There's a billboard there. Oh, it destroyed this house. Tornadoes are classified in a Vegeta Pearson scale, which links maximum wind speed, path, and path width. A 000 tornado would have maximum wind speeds below 117 kilometers, a path length of less than 1 kilometer, and a path width of no greater than 16 meters. A 555 tornado would have a value of 420 to 512 kilometers per hour, 106 to 507 kilometers, and 1.6 to 5 kilometers. respectively. The Fujita scale for damaging winds uses only the first digit of the Fujita scale. So F0, F5. Jeez, this is long-winded. How much more is this? There's actually some pretty interesting stuff back here. Sorry for the tornado lesson, guys, but this is still something I made. Occurrence: the greatest incidence of tornadoes is generally assumed to be in North America, and especially in the Mississippi Valley, on an equal area basis. However, other countries such as Italy, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom, Holland as well, has the most tornadoes in the world, I believe. Exceed or at least challenge the incident rate of the United States. Actual numbers observed, Australia ranks second to the United States. The United States is notable for incidences of severe tornadoes of scale 4 or 5. Tornadoes occurring in the tropics are usually extremely weak and often begin as waterspouts. The Stockholm, Sweden, and St. Petersburg, Russia areas appear to be the northmost regions that experience tornadoes. Within the United States, Texas records the greatest number, usually about 15 to 20% of the nation's annual total of about 1,000 on an area basis. However, Texas ranks 9th, far behind Oklahoma, Kansas, and Massachusetts. There's something else here. Oh, that's glued on. That was 2 pages. Rather steady increase in the annual total has been observed, probably as a result of the improving reporting system. The seasonal maximum occur in the spring and early summer, although tornadoes have been reported in all months. The height of the tornado actively is in the early spring in the southern United States. Later, across the more northerly regions and in July in western Canada, tornadoes most frequently occur during the middle and late afternoon. There's a large internal variation as well. So the most devastating tornadoes in the last 2 years have occurred at night in the United States. Biography, nature found storms. Okay, this is taken from a book, it looks like. Mom, it's gone. Oh, that's a storm cellar, I guess. He's saying, Mom, it's gone. There's some pictures of a tornado diagram. There it is, hanging in the sky. That's a log cabin outside of a village, it looks like. Oh, this is the Edmonton tornado right here. I recognize it always. Yeah, it is. July 31st, 87. This is the day my cousin Chantal was born. My mother always tells me when I was there at the hospital when she was born, we all went to the hospital, and they didn't know that a tornado would hit Edmonton. We lived in that area of Edmonton, close to it anyway, enough that the hospitals were flooded with people injured from this tornado. And my mother asked the staff, because it was so hectic, if this is normal, and they said no, it's from the tornado. And my mother was like, what tornado? And they said, a big tornado hit the city. They had no idea. We're not going to read all this or that. Jesus, there's not a yard with a tornado in the back. There's a field, someone's driving a Jeep. Yeah, this is 100% Twister. Frequency of tornadoes in the United States, over 100. Yeah, Texas. This area here is called Tornado Alley. This area right here. And Tornado Alley, since then, has moved further east. So they're all out here now. Oh, it's in a cemetery now. I didn't even look at the picture. There it is on a road again. In the mountains. Very rare, but it can happen. And then how a twister is formed, and it's like in a rain. It's rain wrapped. Okay, so that was the string. If you guys are wondering, because I said Rattle Smiley, I told you guys Smiley is not my last name. It's because Smiley actually isn't my birth name. It's my birth name, sorry, but it's not my blood name. Smiley was the name of a man who married my grandmother, and he adopted all her kids, and so they all took his name. He never actually had any children with my grandmother. He just married her and adopted all her kids. Yeah, okay, this is the one, guys. It's dark, and I think I purposely made it dark because it's supposed to be a Halloween one. What's it called? Sorry, I didn't even say. My Halloween. Actually, you know what? On a camera, it doesn't. It's not that bad. The wind blew the leaves along the street that Halloween night, but it was cold and scary. Jim ran. I have these generic ass names for these characters. Jim ran home. I tried to get him, but I guess he was spooked. That's Jim right there. I don't think you guys can see him. He's running. I was alone that night and scared. I was stuck on the other side of the meadow. So there's like a river here. Wow, that is really, really... I can actually see it better on my... from my camera than I can from looking down at it here. I thought this would mostly be a reading one because you guys wouldn't be able to see. So I got across by a board. The board broke. I grabbed onto the tree and onto the other side I meet Jim. He was all one big mess. Jim was one big mess, apparently. Something happened to Jim, guys. So we walk home and we heard. We ran as fast as we could. My costume caught in a branch. The ghost cried. Oh, there they are running, these two. I don't think you guys can see that. It's because I'm not wearing the ghost costume anymore. Oh, that's right, because the ghost costume got caught in a branch, so I'm just regular clothes now. And there's a ghost up in the sky chasing them. We ran all the way to the woods and found a knife and a skeleton. It was storming. We needed shelter, so we went into a house like a tree. So they're going into this house tree. Our dad found us on the road. Then we heard a wolf howl and we saw a monster. We took off. There's the monster right there. I could see that. And they're in a vehicle. This is going all over the place. It was big once it got close. I'll look at that. It's the same one. I want to see. It's the same one blown up. It is. It's the same one blown up. It kind of looks like Ernest Scared Stupid Troll, doesn't it? Oh, I didn't even notice the house back there. We stopped. My dad and his friend turned into freaks. We ran out of the car and ran for it. Oh, so my dad and his friend turned into like aliens, as you guys could see. And then me and Jim started to run. We ran down a path. There they are right there. I guess, yeah, the path is going this way. Oh, jeez, look, I didn't even notice the troll's chasing him. He's on top of the mountain. My dad was found in a farm with his friend Frank. Frank is my father-in-law's name. My dad said, "Where is Frank, my son, his friend?" There's like a wolf or something back there. We left our bikes. We were going to look for my dad. Then Peter ran up to us, saying, "Run." Oh, there's Peter right there. There they are on the bikes. We ran from a T-Rex. It roared. We screamed. Oh, there's a T-Rex there and they're running. So a random prehistoric dinosaur showed up and they're chasing us. Guys, I don't know if you guys notice my hand continuously going up to my face. This stuff, I think, has mold on it. At the very least, mildew. We ran into a house. Can you guys see this? Because I can't see what the hell that is. There's a house right here I can see, but I can't see anything else. The ink must have been getting really bad here. Oh yeah, the printer looked like it was going to shit. Oh my, look at that thing. There was a ghost on a bed. Tim, my brother, stabbed it with a knife. Okay, apparently his brother... Yeah, right there I see a guy. Tim, he's got a brother named Tim, this guy. We ran out. It disappeared. Again, I can't see anything. I think I see the head turned the other way going out. We had a party for the missing kids. Were there missing kids in this story? There's fireworks I can vaguely see. Everything was going to be alright. At least I think it's going to be. So they're sleeping and there's a monster approaching the bed, so it's not going to be. So even back then, I was doing the old horror movie switcheroo where you thought everything was safe. Okay, so that's all this stuff. Sorry about that bump there, guys. I do have one more thing I want to show that I actually dug out as well. I think it's pretty funny. So this is my my getting out of the hospital shirt. I got this in a hospital when I was born. I was born at Holy Family Hospital. It's a hospital that was in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. And it's long torn down now. It was notoriously haunted in the end, but that's where I was born. Fun fact, I worked with a guy when I was doing security that was also born at Holy Family Hospital. And he was born 6 days before I was. So I always laugh and tell him, because we're far away from Prince Albert where we live now. We were living here. I told him it's so weird because we were both in the baby room together for sure. But look at how small that is. My hand could fit over top of the whole thing. You lay this on my chest, like my neck's like this. My neck's like this. And then my arms, my shoulders go out like that. It's so funny. That's so funny that this stuff was like saved for some reason. Like I said, for most families, this kind of stuff is normal. You can go to your parents right now and be like, yo, you got any stuff from my childhood? And they probably have a full closet full. But for me, like, this is very rare stuff. This was the other thing. I gotta be really careful with this. This is a decoration we made in kindergarten. It was a decoration for Christmas. And it's made with an oven and clay. But it's really careful with it. It's a handprint, as you can see. I don't ever take this out of the bag usually, but I wanna put my hand near it because this little piece is broken off. Well, this thing's God knows how old this thing is, guys. This thing is over 30 years old. It's probably like 32 years old. This thing. Okay, so there it is. And this piece would go up here, I think. Oh, that's the back part. I still remember the day we made this. This was made in kindergarten. Because we had to do it with clay. And then we had to take it to an oven, which I thought was super cool. And we got to watch our teacher put it in the oven. But I mean, look at that. Look at that. Put my hand over top of it. Like it's like that. Isn't that incredible? That's nuts. I guess it would look better this way. Sorry if that's loud, guys. Yeah, that's my hands together. My adult hand and my kindergarten hand. Like that, I guess. Okay, guys, but that's going to be it for this video. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this. I really had a good time going through all this. I hadn't read half these things ever. I just seen them, and I put them away, and I never looked at them. I just came up with this idea the other day. Oh, jeez. Don't want to break that. Oh, no, that top part came off. That's fine. Like I said, it's as long as we don't lose the piece, we can always lay that on top, so. There, I broke this priceless thing for you guys. I'm just kidding, it was pretty much already broken. Yeah, I just came up with this idea the other week. Like I said, I really haven't released anything in the last few weeks. And I just got the urge to do it tonight. I went digging through the garage and I found this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'll do it tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like the stories and a little look in a child's mind, let me know what you guys think down below, and also some funny classroom stories or old work stories. Maybe that you guys have funny stories over. Definitely comment down below. But with that being said, guys, have a great day, great night, whatever it may be, and peace out. Peace out, peace out. Oh, my hands smell like that old clay. Peace out, peace out, peace out, peace out. Peace, guys.